Hey there guys, this is Robert coming back at you from Vancouver, Washington. Wanted to make another quick video of some breakfast. A nice little wonderful and easy breakfast. All you need is a handful of potatoes, some eggs, some cheddar cheese, a little bit of milk, butter, and some salt, pepper, a little bit of seasoning. I'll show you more once we get going to it, but for now I'm going to cut up my potatoes and I will fill you guys in shortly. Oh yeah, another thing that I like to do is when I get some bell peppers, I try and buy them in somewhat quantity, and then I cut them all up and I freeze them so that they're ready to go anytime I need to make a nice little meal and use a handful of different kind of peppers, bell peppers. This is great, simple, easy, and they're readily available anytime I need them, which can pretty much be almost any meal. Anyways, I'm going to cut these guys up too, make them smaller, and throw them in my potatoes, allow them to cook. Alright, so now we have all of our potatoes and our peppers mixed in the bowl. Right, we're going to get ready to saute these bad boys. So first thing we're going to do is get that butter going in the cast iron skillet. You can use whatever you like. I prefer, for this particular meal, my cast iron. It's a great pan, does a great job, and essentially for what I'm doing, this is ideal because you're going to see the end result. You're going to know why I use it. In the meantime, while these cook for about 10 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and make some bacon for the family as well on my other skillet. So once we get rocking and rolling, I'll come back and show you a little bit more about where I'm at. Alright, so we got our potatoes in here. I just threw them in. Now that the butter's all melted, it's doing great, and essentially we're going to let these guys cook for about 10 minutes. And what I want to do is add some salt, maybe some seasoned salt, pepper, maybe even some garlic powder, onion powder, whatever makes you feel good, whatever your seasoning of preferences would be great. I like just a real small handful of assorted seasoning, but essentially seasoned salt, garlic, and regular salt, as well as pepper, are always a staple in my repertoire of food. There we go. Now that we got some seasoning in there, mix these bad boys around. Make sure that that seasoning gets mixed through all of the potatoes. I'll show you what it is I'm using. Some Lawry's seasoned salt. I believe this is McCormick. Yep, onion powder. Some Kirkland garlic powder, a regular pepper grinder, and those who haven't tried it, I would suggest it. This is awesome, this Creole seasoning. It is a little spicy, but it is absolutely incredible. You don't have to put it in cooked food. You can put it right on sandwiches or burritos. Well, you can put it on anything. It doesn't have to be cooked in your food. It could be a topper as well. But it is a really, really tasty seasoning, and it never has disappointed me. Alright, so now that I got all of my seasoning in my potatoes, I went ahead and just going to cover it with a nice little lid from my other pots and pans, but it just happens to fit really well on my 10-inch skillet. So I'm going to use it, let that go for about 10 minutes or so, and come back and check on it. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is go ahead and crack up a handful of eggs, add some milk to it, and get those ready to go for after when the potatoes are done. Also, we'll then start on the bacon while the potatoes continue to cook. Alright, so we got about 6 eggs, or 5 eggs, 6 eggs. I'm going to add a little bit of milk to these bad boys so they are a little extra fluffy, and you'll understand why later on. Just mix them up loosely. I'm not making omelets here, but I do want them broken. You do how you want to do it, but I like to do all my eggs in a bowl, just in case there happens to be some shells that happen to crack open and land into the eggs themselves. I personally don't like that. So on the stove, we got some bacon cooking. Our potatoes cooking. Both of those are over medium heat. And we got our eggs. we are ready for the next step. Once those potatoes are done, as well as additional bacon, we'll be able to flip those guys and put them aside. All right, guys, it's been about 10 minutes now that our potatoes are cooking. Go ahead and take a look at those bad boys. Oh yeah, sure does smell good, that's for sure. I'll give you a quick little tip, something that you may not know. If you cook bacon in the oven, it definitely lays flatter than when you cook it on the stove. However, when you cook it over low heat or medium, versus typically some people tend to cook it a little bit higher, it does lay pretty flat. Look at that. Nice long strips. They lay pretty flat. And essentially it's very similar to the results that's coming out of the oven because you are cooking it in cast iron, but also it's on low to medium heat. And so that'll really be nice as far as presentation goes if you're concerned at all about that. You know, try that. Try it. Give it a shot and let me know what you think. Alright guys, so that about 15 minutes has gone by. I'm going to take all my potatoes out of my skillet and you'll see. You'll see what I'll do. So after I remove these, I'm going to put some eggs in here, cook up some eggs, and then throw these back into it. Alright, while the rest of my bacon continues to cook. Alright, so now that I got my potatoes out of the skillet, I'm going to throw another small piece of butter into the skillet. Make sure I get all the paper off of it. And we're going to cook up some eggs as soon as these guys, as soon as this butter melts. And man, this is sure turning out to be an incredible aroma in my home. I'm loving it. If and when you guys happen to be doing this, make sure that you get all of the paper off of your butter, your stick of butter. Yeah, you don't want to eat that. That probably doesn't taste that great. On second thought, it's butter, so it might taste fantastic. So these are the eggs I mixed up earlier with the milk. Throw them in the skillet. I'm leaving my heat, same temperature. I'm just going to let these guys go for about a minute before I add my potatoes back in it. I'm a poet and didn't know it. Alright, it's been about a minute now. I'm going to go ahead and grab my potatoes, slowly get these guys back into the eggs. And we're just going to let that simmer for a little bit, allow it to do its slow cooking, and then we'll mix it around and add some cheese to it. Alright, so I let that bad boy go for about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes or so. And you can see the eggs starting to cook underneath. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up. Get the top on the bottom on the top. Not the easiest to do while holding your hand and cooking with the other hand. So, I mean, holding your phone with one hand and cooking with the other hand. But I do my best. So, guys, if you're watching, know this. Your ladies will totally appreciate this. While you're waiting for your food to be cooking, instead of standing around and watching it, do your dishes. Okay. So I started washing the dishes that I used. Started washing the dishes, and you can see there's only a real small handful of dishes that this meal required. However, I washed them, or I'm in the process of washing them while the food is being cooked. And ladies, I know that you appreciate that. There's been so many times where I've left my kitchen an absolute mess while cooking dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever. And thinking I'm doing a great job for the family, it's going to be a wonderful experience, only to find that my wife was not real happy with the mess that I left. So, remember that. Clean up after yourself while you're cooking. A little tip from me to you. You're welcome. Alright, So now that this is mixed up real nice, take a look at that. I'm gonna go ahead and top it with some cheddar jack cheese. I use the medium, but you can use whatever cheese you have. Pepper jack I'm sure would be great as well. If you have a block cheese, I think that's a better way to go. But if you know, and then you can shred it yourself. I always prefer that. But if you don't, the bag stuff works. It's quick. So go ahead and top off your cheese and or your meal with your cheese, and go ahead and be generous with it. Right? It's gonna be nice. And then after you do so, cover it back up and let the heat do the magic. All right, guys, it's time for the unveiling. So now that I have my potatoes, my eggs and cheese and all the whole shebang, here we go. There it is. Look at that bad boy. I need a name. I was thinking maybe Papa Supreme, or I don't know. I really don't know. Why don't you guys post it in your comments and let me know what you think we should call this bad boy, this skillet. Home skillet. Ooh, that could work. Home fries. Home skillet. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and comment on my post. And if you happen to try the recipe yourself, post your results. I would love to see your pictures and your videos. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. Alright guys, so we are back. This is the final masterpiece. I think I'm going to go with Home Skillet. That's going to be my new name for my OG creation here. Like I said, it wasn't my original recipe. I just kind of made it my own. I started adding my own taste to it, or my own little ingredients. So feel free to do the same. If you try it on your own and you like your own ingredients, that's great. But you know, the concept is similar, and I'm sure you'll appreciate it. It's going to be good. I did taste some of the potatoes before it was all done cooking, and it came out amazing. So there's a little something for my family, and I appreciate you watching. Again, if you appreciated it, feel free to like and subscribe, and make sure you comment on the videos. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching.